All right, so we had a question, 597, number 9, graph this equation. Hopefully you recognize that with two parts squared and a plus between the two parts, that this is the equation of the circle. And the circle has a radius and a center that are helpful in graphing it. The center is the ordered pair, -1, and +2. And the radius is 3 because r squared equals 9. And remember, a circle equation has two squared parts plus between the two parts equal to the radius squared. So r squared is 9, so r is 3. So to sketch this, all I have to do is find the center. So -1, 2, right there. Radius of 3, so I can count 3 in all directions from that center. 1, 2, 3 here. 2, 3 here, 1, 2, 3 here. Now I can get a pretty accurate sketch. Now, when I'm sketching, do you know whether I should have a solid line or a dashed line? I always put a dashed line first, but should it be solid? No, because there's not an equal bar. There would be an equal bar under there if I had a solid line, but we don't have an equal bar. Okay, so let's get that out of there. All right, so I have the center. -1, 2, I found the radius, so now I have a pretty good sketch of the circle. The graph I'm supposed to do is less than, so should I shade inside or outside? Think about it for a minute. You thinking inside? Let's do a test point just to make sure. So if I think I should shade inside, I'm going to pick an ordered pair that's inside, not the center point that I had, but let's take this ordered pair here. Over 1, up 1. That point is inside, so test 1, 1. Where do I test it? In the original equation. There's the x and there's a y. So 1 plus 1 squared plus 1 minus 2 squared is less than 9. If that's true, then I shade inside the circle. What's 1 plus 1? 2 squared is 4, plus 1 minus 2 is -1, squared is 1, less than 9. Is 5 less than 9? Yes, that means I shade inside the circle. Now, this section has a lot of graphing and a lot of equations you need to be familiar with. The circle equation. Another one that has a plus and two squares is the ellipse. And then you also have the hyperbola. And the hyperbola, ellipse, and circle all have both parts squared, both the x part and the y part squared. The difference is the hyperbola has a negative sign in it, so that sometimes is a little bit helpful to know. And the ellipse looks like the circle, but it's set equal to 1, and there's numbers underneath both sides, so it might be something like x plus 1 squared over 2 squared over, say, 4 plus y minus 3 squared over 9 equals 1. That would be an ellipse. Do you know what the center would be? -1, 3, and then on the x-axis of that center, count 2 both ways. On the y-axis, count 3 both ways, and then you can sketch in your ellipse. The major axis is the y-axis because the bigger number is under the y. We studied all of these curves last year, so you might want to look back at some of your notes if you don't recognize what curve to sketch. The other alternative is to solve it for y. This one's not so fun solving for y. But you could do it, type it into your calculator. You'd only get half the picture, but maybe that would give you a clue. Oh, I should have remembered this is the circle. If you can remember the pattern for the type of equation it is, it's a lot easier to do the sketch. But last resort, you can solve for y and type it into your graphing calculator, and you'll get part of the graph. All right, that's it.